everyone, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I'm going to be testing out a birthday present that my other half kindly got me. It is this Oasser AK1 Airbrush set. So I'm just going to unbox it and let you know what I think. Okay, so this is what the box looks like, a little bit closer up. I'm just going to undo this. So the first thing that you get is the user manual. Have a quick flick through there. Gives you all the information in loads of different languages that you might need. And then we've got this cord, a power adapter, supply, whatever you call it, English version. And then this is the compressor part, like this, and it's quite weighty, quite heavy. The on switch is also on the bottom here, so if I switch that on, that's how you turn it on. There's also a little battery thing here. I'm not sure if, I presume maybe you can replace that, I don't know. Also in that bag was these little things. I believe you attach them to here and here, just as kind of like a holder for your airbrush. And then at the bottom of the box we have the airbrush itself in this little plastic container. So inside here we've got some spare rubber seals. Also got a little eyedropper, which I guess you can use for like cleaning or putting paint in. And then we've got this little spanner type tool. I guess you can kind of take bits apart using that. And then we've got the airbrush tool itself, and instructions obviously under there as well. So this is what it looks like actually in the hand. It's actually quite weighty as well, which I wasn't expecting. I just imagined it to feel like the weight of a pen or something, but obviously with this bit on top it's going to be a little bit heavier. And then this part you can obviously push down and pull back to release the paint. So yeah, really interested to try this out. So one thing I will just mention just before we jump into testing it is that this airbrush kit is multifunctional, I believe, so you can use it for spray painting minifigures, or you can use it for cakes, which is what I'm hoping to do today. So along with the airbrush set, Dan got me these Watson and Webb edible paints, so there's loads of cool colours in there, and you can see all the ingredients and stuff on the back. And he also got me these stencils as well, so there's some flowers, some letters, more flowers, and then some like Parisian themed ones as well. Okay, so as you can see I've got it all set up here. I just took the cord that was in the bag, attached it to there, attached that bit to the airbrush and filled this bit with water by unscrewing it. And I didn't realise that this doesn't actually have to be plugged in at all times. You can just charge the battery up and yeah, you don't need to have it plugged in or anything. I've also put that little plastic thing on here to hold the airbrush. And yeah, before I get going on the cake, I just wanted to do a quick test on some cardboard just so you can see what it looks like. So in order to use this, you simply press down on here, which just releases air, and then if you do want to release the paint or the water, you push it down and then bring it backwards. Like so. So I'm just going to test that on here. Oh, and I also found out by reading the instructions that you can adjust this end part here to alter the thickness of the lines, I think. But yeah, just need to test that out a little bit more. That's one line, and then I'm going to twist this and see if it makes a difference. They look roughly the same, so I'm just going to try it here as well. And then if you move a little bit further back, obviously it will be sort of, it'll cover more of the cardboard. So I've just kind of filled in the gap between those two lines there. Also, I did watch a couple of videos about this before I tested mine out, and one thing I did come across was to use this properly, you're meant to push this down, bring it back to obviously bring the paint out, but then also bring it forwards after you've used it, just to stop any kind of paint splats when you next try and push this down basically. So it needs to be something like this. And that should hopefully avoid any splats on your creations. So this is my Victoria sponge, which I have very quickly just iced, but I had some leftover ice in, so I thought it might be a good idea to test out the airbrush before I actually spray it on the cake. Excuse the mess, by the way. So you actually get quite a wide array of colours in here. I'll show you some of them. So we've got pink, yellow, peach, orange, brown. Oh, and it also comes with a cleaner, which is really handy because I've obviously not got one at the moment. It's also got like gold, green, white, pretty sure there's a black. I've already said black, yeah, black, there we go. So there's all kinds of colours in here, plus a cleaner. And I'm going to try out the purple because it's my favourite colour and I think it would go really well. I've actually put the flower stencil on here, not that you can see it because it blends in. So I'm just going to spray over the flowers and see what it looks like. I have left a tiny bit of water in here just because I know with some paints you are meant to thin them out a little bit. I'm not sure if that's the same with these edible ones, but I'm going to test it out anyway. So I'm just going to put, how many drops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. Oh, I've made a bit of a mess of that. Okay, so I have tried to do varying kind of distances and intensities. So I'm not sure what this is going to turn out like because obviously it had a bit of water in it as well. So let's see. Oh, I mean, turned out quite well. Obviously you can see where I went a bit hard, it didn't work so well. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with that. So if I touch this, is it gonna, yeah, okay. So it probably needs to set a little bit, or dry, or whatever, before you actually touch it, but yeah, pretty pleased overall. So now that I've tested the flower stencil, I'm just gonna do a few lines and see how I get on with that. So I tried to do some lines on here, but the paint ran out, so I'll just get rid of that. And I've squeezed probably a quarter of this bottle into here now, so it is just purely paint, so I'm going to see how I get on with this compared to watering it down a little bit. I can see the colour's probably a little bit more intense now that I've not got the water in there as well. tried doing a bit of writing. Now, because I'm not very good at this, you can see the paint splats that I was talking about earlier. So yeah, once I get a bit more used to it, then hopefully I can do the technique that I was on about earlier, where I sort of bring it backwards and then bring it forwards before releasing, because I am not doing that at the moment. Okay, so now for the cake. The aesthetic that I'm going for is kind of like a galaxy, kind of stormy sky type vibe. So yeah, I'm going to use the purple, which I've still got in here, and then maybe some black as well. Hadn't really thought about this because I'm guessing that this doily is going to get absolutely saturated with paint. Oh well. So I've got quite a nice purple coloured base, and I'm just going to swap over to the black paint and add some darker patches. So I've just tested the black on this piece of icing, and it's actually come up green for some reason. I'm not sure if they've put the wrong colour in there, or is this meant to be black? I don't know. Seems very strange. So I've switched it over to a blue colour instead, so hopefully this will look a bit better on the cake. Okay, so I was going to put some little yellow stars on the top of my galaxy style cake. However, I didn't have any, so I found these white shimmer pearls in the cupboard, and I've just dotted these all over it and made more of like a constellations kind of cake. I don't know. But I am really impressed with the airbrush. I love how there's just like bits of colour that I've sprayed on everywhere, and yeah, I definitely don't think I could get this kind of effect without using the airbrush. I mean, I could roll different coloured icings together and stuff, but it definitely wouldn't have the same effect, so I would definitely recommend the airbrush. I've just swapped out the doily for a new one and cleaned it all up, and it looks a little bit better now. So just to round off, I would definitely recommend this airbrush kit. I think it's a great size. You can carry it around the kitchen. You don't even have to have it plugged in, which is a real bonus if you've charged it up. And I really like the fact it's got the 3 different settings here, so you can have it low, medium or high pressure as well. I like the fact that you can rest it in this side or this side. It gives you the option of both. This is really easy to clean as well. You can take it apart if you want, or just wash it through with some water in there. I really like the fact that you can adjust the size of the lines as well with this end here. So yeah, I don't think there are any negatives at all to this airbrush kit that I've found yet anyway. The only thing is, obviously it does take a little bit of getting used to, but there are videos online and an instruction booklet, so I think with a little bit of practice I should be able to get the hang of it. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it helps some of you if you're looking to get this particular airbrush set or an airbrush in general. Please give me a thumbs up and leave any questions below, and I'll do my best to get back to you on those. If you are interested in seeing what I get up to baking wise, then I've got my own baking Instagram account, which is Birds Tweets. I'll leave the name somewhere on the screen so you can see how it's spelt and everything. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you're new here. I offer reviews on different products. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye!